Hi, and welcome to Thursday. Crew and I have been trying to figure out some humorous and insightful name for this Thursday, but I won't bore you with all of the lame titles for Thursday that we came up with. So let's just get to it. What does it take to stay married for 40 years? Well, the obvious answer is you don't leave. You stay together. Now, you thinking, well, duh, I got that. But let me explain. When Jeannie and I got married, we exchanged our vows, and it never occurred to me that I would ever leave her. It never occurred to her that she would ever actually leave. Now, I underline actually, because if you talk to her, she'll tell you that, yeah, there was a time or two that it would have been easy for her to leave. It would have made some kind of sense for her to leave, but she didn't. She stayed because she was committed. Basically, the vows say to each other, we're going to be together come hell or high water. Now, we say it a little more poetically than that. We say it a little more dramatically than that. But basically, that's what it says. That it doesn't matter what happens from this moment on, I'm going to be here. You can always count on me to be here. If we're successful as a couple, I'm going to be here. If we have struggles as a couple, I'm going to be here. If you're sick, I'm still going to be here. No matter what happens in your life from this moment on, I'm going to be here. No questions asked. Now, let me tell you why that is important. The other person is watching. Your husband is watching you as a wife. The wife is watching the husband. And what they're watching for are those clues that you are here. You're really committed to this marriage. If there's a hint, understand what I said, a hint that you're not fully committed, that they need to be worried about the future of the marriage, then they protect themselves and they build a little wall. Well, the other spouse sees this spouse building a wall and says, wow, I must have missed something. Something is up. They're building a wall. I have to build a wall. And so you see the second person building the wall, so you build your wall a little higher and a little higher and a little higher and a little higher to the point that your walls are so high you can't see each other. And it started with just a hint of suspicion that you're not totally committed. You're not sold out. You're not going to be here no matter what. It's in that freedom of knowing that Jeannie's going to be here no matter what that gives me the freedom to try. Now, I don't have the guarantee of success every time I try. In fact, I have failed more times than I count. But I have the freedom to try. And it is in the trying that you find success. But I never would have tried had I not known that Jeannie was going to be there regardless. She never would have tried to explore the different aspects of herself, to find out new things about herself, if she didn't know from the very beginning that I'm going to be here no matter what. If you fail, the worst thing that happens is you come home to me. That's the worst thing that happens. If I fail, the worst thing that happens is I come home to her. Now, there are those days that it gets incredibly hard. There are days when raising twin boys drives you over the edge. There are days when the doctor brings you news that you didn't want to hear. There are days when a parent dies and you're 9 years old inside. And the only thing you want is somebody to be there with you. Just stand here so that I'm not by myself. It's not that we mind doing hard. It's that we're scared to death of being by ourselves. And it is that decision that I'm going to be here no matter what. Now, let me give you a little $1 million secret nobody will tell you about. You don't make that decision once. Now, you think you make it the day you get married and you say your vows to each other. Yes, that's the first day you make it. But you will make that commitment to your spouse every day in some way or another for the rest of your married life. Every day your feet hit the floor, you will say to yourself, I'm going to stay. Doesn't matter what happens, I'm going to stay. You're going to ask yourself, what does she need from me today? What does he need from me today? How do I show my spouse I love them today? What do they need? And I'm going to be here no matter what. It is in that security, in that safety, where your spouse will be their best selves. And until they're convinced of it, they'll be too scared to try. This is the time for you to look at your spouse and say, I'm here come hell or high water. Now, you may want to say it a little more poetically than that, but that's what we're talking about. This assurance to the other that no matter what happens from this moment on, I'm going to be here. I'll give you about 60 seconds to think about it, and I'll see you tomorrow.